Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear sisters and brothers, how are you? Alhamdulillah. Good to see your beautiful faces, inshallah. A few technical tickles behind us, but it's all good. We don't need the slide. You got me. So, today, my dear sisters and brothers, we are going in. We're going to dive deep in for betterment for you, for areas of your life that you're struggling on, to take your life to the next level. Let me ask you a quick question while they set up. How many of you are happy with your life right now? How many of you are happy with elements of your life? Raise your hands. Don't be shy. Happy with elements of your life? Amazing. We all got areas of our life that we're happy with, we're contented with. Let me ask you the second question. Is your life fulfilled? Are you fulfilled with the job that you have, the relationships that you have, your spirituality, your connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Are you fulfilled? If you're fulfilled, put your hands up. My hands are going down. Right down. Because fulfillment is the journey. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa. Trouble with me, I can't keep still. I can't keep still. Avoid that. There's a trapdoor down there. Look at that, 5 minutes in and they want to get rid of me. Alhamdulillah. My wife's laughing over there. Huh? Did you plan it? My daughter's cracking up. It's beautiful. So the journey is fulfillment. We're happy with elements of our life. Might be happy in our relationships, happy in our jobs, happy where we are. But the fulfillment of life is when you have that total serenity, that connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the ultimate goal in life? £1 million in your bank? Big house? Big car? Is it connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is it Jannah? Is it on the station towards the Ahlul Bayt, the closeness to the Prophet, peace be upon him? Is that the ultimate destination? You see, sisters and brothers, and I'm just killing time because the presentation's not working. Everyone in this room has the same piece of paper. We all got a birth certificate. Raise your hands if you got a birth certificate. Got a birth certificate? That birth certificate has 2 dates on there. The date that it was produced, okay, and your birth date. Does it have an end date on it? Does it have an expiry date? The milk that you buy from the supermarket has an expiry date, true? You don't know whether this could be your last moment, your last breath. You don't know when that next thing is just going to be taken away from you. You don't know when it could be your last salah. So something to you to reflect on. The decisions that you make today can affect your tomorrows. But ultimately, do we know we've got our tomorrows? There we go. Who's this old man on the screen? There we go. So today we're talking about from intention to action. From niyyah, from the very start and putting it into action. And the reason I chose this topic is because I think so much we need to bring this into our community. I go to corporate events, I go to non-Muslim events, and I've been doing this for years. And actually on the weekend I said, I want to do more for the community. And Allah listens, subhanAllah. Because the brothers from Harakah called me a few days ago and said, are you free on Thursday? And the talk I was supposed to do got cancelled. If you have faith in Allah, Allah will give you. So are we living that life of purpose? My workshops come with a warning, a severe health warning. You will walk away empowered. You will be empowered. You will uncover the best version of yourself. You will start to live a more unique life of purpose. Who wants to live a life of purpose? Who wants to be more unique? Who wants fulfillment in their lives? Who wants to be the best version of them? Allah has given you this gift, this body, this life. What are you doing with it? What are we doing with it? I'm going to teach you some strategies. I'm going to go with you on a journey. And I'm going to start off by talking about me. But are you ready to start this journey with me? Are you ready? If you're ready, let's have the loudest of your salawat ala Muhammad and wa ali Muhammad. Is that the loudest harakat can do? Mustafa, you told me they were more vocal. Louder salawat ala Muhammad and wa ali Muhammad. Muhammad wa ali. Beautiful. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. We start with the Holy Quran. Where else to start but the Holy Quran? The journey is self-improvement. We must have that purest of intentions, right? So in the Quran, Surah 13, ayah number 11, it says, truly God does not change your condition of the people until they change themselves. What's in themselves? True, you've all read this, right? You guys have been Muslims longer than me. So you've read the Quran, you know it, right? You read every day? So you know this. This is what God's instructions are, right? It's in, actually, the very similar quote in the Bible. If anyone's taken the time to read the Bible or the Torah, the Old Testament, the trilogy of God's works. You've got to change yourself. What I learned coming on the path, right, is when you take one step towards God, He takes 10 steps towards you. How difficult is it for me, as an English guy, to come towards the path, to change my life? And by the way, I was a DJ, like a top flight DJ, yeah, on stages, traveling the world. I left that life behind. That was a difficult choice and a difficult decision, but I made changes for who? Who am I making those changes for? For my mum? Making those changes for me, to be better, to be a better person. And because I made those changes, Allah then gives towards me. It's His words. So who am I? Who am I really? Neil Nasser, Neil Michael Nasser, English name. Lucky to be born into a Khoja family, or a mixed race. My father was from Zanzibar. But who am I really? Who am I? That's me. Yeah? I had hair. A good head of hair as well, right? This is the 5-6-year-old Neil Nasser. Look at that smile in primary school. Happy, right? Smiling with my eyes, looking good, looking sharp with my tie on and everything, yeah? Let me bring that back up, because it's nice seeing your faces. Rashid's like, you really had hair, bro? I really had hair, Rashid. So that's me. Sisters and brothers, this is what we show the world. We show the smile. We show the mask. It's like the iceberg floating in the sea. What part of the iceberg can you see on top of the sea? 20, 30% of the iceberg? You know the story of the Titanic, right? 70 to 80% of the iceberg is below the water. So you see that and you go, oh, look at him. MashaAllah, he had hair. You see the smile, you think I'm happy. Behind those eyes is pain. Behind those eyes is anguish. Behind those eyes is fear and unconfidence. I was abused by my father physically and emotionally and mentally. I was scared. I used to bite my nails till they bled. I didn't want to go home. But yeah, I'm still smiling. We all wear masks in life. All of us. We've all got stuff deep within us. But what we tend to show the world is what we think the world wants us to see. But I'll tell you today, you'll see the authentic Neil Nasser. This is me, after working on myself for many, many years. So how did I go from that to that? This is from Vancouver, earlier on in the year, where I hosted a big event. I stand on stages, trying to do more work in the community, but I go to big workshops, big seminars. Confident. When I was this, I used to go into a room and hide. I didn't want to speak to anybody. I wanted to curl up in the corner. I didn't want to talk. So how did I go from that to that? Through hard work, through graft, through going through the pain, through stepping out of the comfort zone, through realizing the person that I wanted to be and putting that work in. Now, I wanted to give you that story of me for some context, because if I can do it, you can all do it. You can live the life that you want to live, but you've got to put the work in. You've got to know what direction that you want to go in. You heard this quote? This quote's by Leah Tazui. Famous quote, very famous. That journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Really famous. Right? Life is a 1,000-mile journey, if not longer. Okay? As we walk this journey of life, one step at a time, you're walking towards your horizon. You're walking towards where you want to be. Now, I love this quote. In fact, I talk about it all the time. I think it's phenomenal because it's a great reflection for us. It's a Chinese proverb from the 18th century kind of time. But I like to add something on the bottom of this because I think it's important for you all to know that journey of the 1,000 miles, that single step, starts with you making the decision to take the step. You're the one that's got to get up. You're the one that's got to step into the new life. You're the one that's got to make movement. You can sit there and binge watch Netflix all you want. You can sit there and watch your programs or scroll social media all you want, thinking about living this better life, thinking about making a change. And if you don't do anything about it, ultimately someone's going to knock on your door and take your TV away, your phone away, and the sofa that you're sitting on away. You have to step up and step into the new life. It's that choice that you have to make. That's why I asked you if you're happy. And everyone's happy, which is great. Alhamdulillah. You're all amazing people, by the way. Why shouldn't you be happy? But not many people are fulfilled. That fulfillment comes by chasing the person that you want to be. So, what Leo says, we add the extra line on it. You've got to make that decision to take the step. You've got to make that decision to make the change. But how do we do it? We understand this road is long. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the longest of lives. Inshallah. And what we do have with it, we hold on to it and we utilize it to the best of our ability. The best of our ability. Each day you're given that gift. We're all given a gift. Today we got it. Alhamdulillah, everyone's here. You're gifted that 86,400 seconds. 86,400. What are you going to do with it? What did you do with it today to change your tomorrows? The work that you put in today will materialize 6 months from now. If your goal is to make a difference, to change the world, we just heard what's going on. We can see what's going on in Lebanon, in Gaza. What are we doing about it? What are we using our social media platforms for? What are we using our voice for? Are you going on rallies and marches? Or are you still shopping? You still buying Amazon products? You're not boycotting? What can you do to make a difference towards that cause if that's what you want to do? If that aligns with your beliefs and your values? But just know, this journey of 1,000 miles, you can see here, you'll reach a horizon at some point. Everyone's horizon's there, right? You can see just as far as the wall. You're looking at me. You can't see further than that, but when you step out, your horizon changes. So know, when you get to your destination, when you get to your horizon, there'll be another horizon. When you climb that first mountain, you get to the top of that mountain, which is difficult in itself. Understand there'll be another mountain. There'll be another challenge. There'll be another obstacle in your way. But it's what you learn along the journey. It's what you take with you along the journey. Each step that you take is an opportunity for learning. Each moment that you have, those 86,400 seconds each day multiplied by however old you are, you've learned. Now, you may have had the greatest lecturers like Mustafa. You might have had the greatest scholars in your life. You might have had the greatest university professors, teachers, anybody in your life that's taught you something. But your biggest teacher in your life, my dear friends, are your failures. Every time you've tried to do something and you've fallen down and you've got back up again and tried again, you've learned from it. And we've all gone through that process. There's a little child running around somewhere. He's going through the process now, trying to walk. We all walk, right? We can all walk. We can all have the ability to move. We've all gone through that process. Now, when we were going through that process as kids, as toddlers, to walk step by step, better watch out for that one, we fell down. And at that age, we got back up again. Because we didn't live in fear. We had a purpose. We knew what we wanted to do. And as we grow and as we develop, what happens? We got this fear of failure that kicks in. So we're scared to try. So what do we end up doing? Anyone heard this thing called the comfort zone? You heard the comfort zone? Yeah. That's where we live. We love the comfort zone because it's comfortable, especially when it's dark and cold outside, right? We'd rather be in our houses. You know, I give kudos to all the people that's come out because you could have watched this on YouTube. But you're the lucky ones because I'm going to give you something special because you came here tonight. Something unique at the end of today's workshop because you came here. You stepped out that comfort zone. You made that choice. You made that decision. So well done. Give yourselves a salawat ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So as we're walking along life's journey, we trip, we fall, we stumble, we get to crossroads in our lives. We don't know which direction to take, but we keep on moving forward. That's what Allah wants us to do, by the way. Little exercise for everybody right now. Everybody keep their shoulders straight. Try to turn your head 180 degrees behind you. Like 180. Can you do it? Impossible. If you can get to that point where you can just about see behind you, it hurts. That's how much time you should spend looking behind at regrets. Right? That's how much time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put your eyes where? On the back of your head? He's put them on the front of our head. Which way, which direction do your feet? Are they backwards, sideways, or forwards? Allah's created you in a way to keep on moving forwards. Small reflection. Who of you watched Kung Fu Panda? Yeah. Good film, huh? I kind of think I'm the Kung Fu Panda. What do you reckon? Think I could do it? Not with that dodgy thing. Kung Fu Panda is a good film, right? There's that little turtle in there. They call him Shifu. Shifu in Chinese, I studied martial arts, is master, right? And he says this beautiful quote. Does anybody know it? He says, yesterday is history. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. What's the gift? Today. Today is the gift. Yesterday is history. So when you're looking backwards too much, it's gone. It's history. Can you change it? Can you do anything with it? No. Apart from reflect and learn. Right? So this is these moments of reflection. I know Yasser's watched it probably multiple times, eh, Yasser? There you go. It's your favorite film? We're going to have a battle outside. We'll try our Kung Fu Panda skills after. He is a panda. Bless him. So yesterday's history, okay? Those moments of reflection, contemplation, which is what we should be doing anyway. But I don't have time, Neil. When do I have time to sit down and meditate and contemplate and do all this stuff that you're talking about? I never have time. I'm so busy. Do you not pray? Do you pray 5 times a day? You pray? Everybody prays? Inshallah, you do. It's not just getting onto the prayer mat and doing a list of yoga moves, stretches. It's not. To be honest with you. I can link it to it easily, but it's not. It's a time for contemplation. It's a time for reflection. It's a time to stop in your day and to think about the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. True? To connect to Him. To contemplate. Not to rush into it. To do wudu. So you do have 5 opportunities a day just to stop and think, yeah? To reflect. It's natural. God's given us that gift. So that's your reflection. Tomorrow is a mystery. Bro, do you know what's happening tomorrow? Do you know what's going to happen? Anyone got a crystal ball? Can anyone palm read? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So why are we worried too much about what's going to happen? What's the gift? Today, right now. Being present in the moment and embracing and enjoying my workshop. So be present and listen and absorb. Cool. So this state of fear that we live in, the majority of people, human psychology, live with fear like this. I'm going to move this way so you can see. Fear is F-E-A-R, right? I spelled it okay? I'm dyslexic, by the way, so I sometimes spell things backwards. Most people use fear as forget everything and run. Yeah? Come across quite a lot of people that are scared of dogs. I don't know why. What's dog backwards? Oh, you're running away from God. Interesting. I never knew that one. Isn't dog one of God's creations anyway? But khair, inshallah. Fear is this. This is the fixed mindset. Okay? We live in a very fixed place. We're scared. We're scared. We're scared of changes. We'd rather live in that comfort zone. We're fearful. So rather than facing those challenges head on, we're going to look at those obstacles head on and thinking, you know what? I am going to give it a try because I might learn something. I might grow. I might develop. We run away from it. And we go back to where? Our comfort zone. Go home, put the radiator on, sit down with our feet up, our reclining chairs and chill. Get a couple of blankets on, put the kettle on, have a cup of tea. And we do the same thing over and over and over again. Anyone heard of Albert Einstein? Yeah? He's got this wonderful quote. He's got many, actually. But this one is phenomenal. He says, it's insanity. Insanity. It's a strong word, right? Insanity to keep doing the same things over and over and over again and expect different results. Insanity. What kind of life you live in? Running away from everything. You're doing the same thing. You're like a hamster on a wheel. Just going round and round, go to wake up in the morning, do the kids' breakfast, go on the school run, go to work, come back, cook dinner, chill, watch Netflix, go to bed, wake up, do the same thing over and over and over again. Before you know it, you're my age and you haven't done anything with your life. You haven't made the changes that you want in your life. This is this state of insanity that we have in the world. You're trapped in the matrix. Who's watched the Matrix? You're trapped in this matrix. You're fed stuff to keep you in that comfort zone. The algorithms of social media, who scrolls on TikTok, Instagram, and everything. Next thing you know, 3 hours is gone. They've got you exactly where they want you. Not where you want to be. Not living that life of fulfillment. Forget everything and run. When you change your mindset from a fixed mindset into a growth mindset, into seeing things in a different way, you look at fear in a different manner. It's still the same letters, my dear sisters and brothers. Still the same letters. You face everything and you rise. You rise into the person that you want to be. You do things with your life for fulfillment, not just happiness. This is not a Will Smith movie, Pursuit of Happiness. It's the pursuit of fulfillment, living a fulfilling life, doing things that give you that sense of fulfillment, helping others, raising people, lifting them up. Never look down on somebody unless you're willing to pick them up. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. Never look down on somebody unless you're willing to pick them up. We need to look at it in this way. Face everything and rise. We look at fear in a different way. We look at our obstacles, which is an O. Oops. It's an O. The infinite, constant, the hamster, the wheel. It's an O. You flip it on its head, it's still an O, but the obstacle turns into an opportunity. It's an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for learning, an opportunity to develop, to do something different with your life, which ultimately, who's going to thank you? You're going to thank yourself. in years to come for what difference you're going to make today, the change you're going to make today. So how many of you want to make changes in your life? If you do, say yeah. Yeah. How many of you want to make changes in your life? Let me hear you. Excellent. Excellent. Do you want to stop running away from fear? Yeah. Can we just let the dogs out? That's okay, I'm joking. There's no dogs there. A lot of God, no dogs. Who's read this? Because believe you me, this baffles me. When I reverted about 10 years ago, one of the first things I did, how I reverted actually, somebody introduced me to Imam Ali, and I was like, wow, that's an algorithm that you want to fall into. Because how deep is that rabbit hole? Oh my gosh. What a phenomenal example, a role model for us. I learned about khaybar. I learned about lifting the doors. And then half an hour later, he couldn't even break dry bread. I learned about, I can't remember, what's the battle where the guy spits on him? Asant. Khandak. He goes to strike the man spits in his face. If that was me, he'd be in 1,000 pieces. Anger, fear, he would have just gone straight away. He steps away. Look, control of nafs, right? Control of yourself. Does it for God. Steps away from it. I learned how he was towards his wife. He'd go work all day, plant in the fields, big wells, date trees, and then what would he do? Come home and grind wheat with his wife together. And when I found this religion, I thought, wow, this is the perfect religion, man. This is exactly what my values, my beliefs, everything. It's alignment to the universe. It's enlightenment. How can I be like Imam Ali? And then I read this quote. And to this day, man, probably take me a lifetime to even understand the level of what he's saying. And this is just a part of it. Your sickness is from you, but you do not perceive it. And your remedy is within you. It's within you. But you do not sense it. Full of distractions, this world, right? Don't sense what we have within us anyway. You presume you are a small entity, but within you, within me, within Nasser, is enfolded the entire universe. Within you is the entire universe. Have you all been Shia all of your lives? I want to come and kiss all of you. You come across this? You come across this quote. You knew about Imam Ali from very young. So you knew the universe was in you, within you. But none of you said you were living a life of fulfillment. Baffled. Brother, I'm baffled. Really think about what he's saying here. And go and check the whole hadith because it's very long. But it's phenomenal. It's mind-blowing. What is he telling us? What's he saying, Habibi? Tell me, man. Do you know? No, just tell me. Help me understand it. Because I think I'll spend the rest of my life till I'm on my grave trying to understand where this universe is unfolded within me. Where is it? Where is it? It's phenomenal. This is all to do with you. This is all to do with untapping your infinite potential. The potential that's locked within you. But it's suppressed. It lives in fear. You're holding on to limited beliefs, things you've been told at the age of 1 to 7 that you've taken into your adult lives. Things that you've been said about you believing in yourself, you're not believing in yourself. Things you tell yourself, I can't do it. I won't be able to. I'm not going to try. By the way, can't is just an abbreviated word of cannot. Once you take the not away, it's just can. And there's only one thing you can do with a knot, is untie it. So start untying your knots today. And just be left with cans, wills. I'm going to try. A lot of my clients, I say to them, this one question. When you're faced with a challenge, Ask yourself this one question. What's the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst thing if you try to do something? Are you going to die? They're going to kill you? What's the worst thing if you tried something new? If you applied for a new job? If you tried to get better relationships in your life? If you tried a side hustle? If you tried to be more spiritual? If you read the Quran and opened it up? Or if you did something that you wanted to do, what's the worst thing that can happen to you? The answer is never as bad as you're going to make it out in your head. Because we're overthinkers, right? We're procrastinators. So Neil, you talk a good game, my friend. This is the question I always get asked. Neil, how do you do it? How? That's the question. How do we get from A to Z? How do we make a change? How do we make a difference in our lives? This is the ultimate question. How did I become from that unconfident young man to the person you see in front of you today? First and foremost, the title of today's session is Make the Intention. Okay? Make your niyyah. When you make your niyyah, if I was to translate this, obviously I go to non-Muslim conventions and seminars, right? I don't say make your niyyah, make your intention. I say to them, set your vision. Set your vision. What do you want out of your life? What do you want to do? What have you always wanted to do but have been scared to try? Which direction do you want to go in? Those that drive, when you go into a car now, like I'm old, we used to get A to Z maps and plan our routes. But now you just get this app on your phone, Waze, Google Maps. You just put the direction in, right? And you can go anywhere, anywhere. What's your GPS? What's your roadmap? Where do you want to get to? Now, the best way to figure this out, I don't want to walk off the edge of the stage. Nearly fell down the stage. The best way to figure this out is through what you do already, stopping and contemplating, by reflecting. But Neil, I don't have time. Well, we just established you've got time. You pray 5 times a day. Yeah, but that's not enough. Well, add 30 more seconds onto your salah. Forgive me, Mustafa, but somebody came to the Prophet and said, Ya Rasulullah, how do I get closer to you in Jannah? And he said something along the lines of, extend your sujood. Yeah? Extend your sujood. Add a few extra seconds. Sit with the tasbih in your hand. Think about life. Think about your direction, what you want to do. Take a few moments. By the way, how many of you play a 4-rakat salah? You get to the 3rd rakat and you can't even remember whether you're on the 3rd or the 4th. Yeah? Put your hands up. Everyone put their hands up. Come on, man. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Because you're thinking about, what am I having for dinner? I got to go shopping. I got to pick the kids up in your salah. True? It happens. Because we're not present. We're not present. Who wants a bit of a tip to just stay a bit more focused in salah? Raise your hands if you do. Cool. Right. This is not in the workshop, by the way. Mustafa, sorry for going over time, man. Okay, so listen. God has given us how many senses in life, in this dunya? How many senses do you have? 5. Well done to that boy. Give him a salawat. First one up. Well done. 5 senses, right? Sight, hear, listening, smell, taste, touch. Yeah? Any more? Did I miss one? Well done. Where's your tooth? Bless you. You haven't been Kung Fu Pandering with Yasser, have you? Yasser? Okay, so open up your senses in salah. Okay? Quick tip. Right? When you're there and you're standing, feel the floor below you. Take a couple of deep breaths. Breath's like incredible. When I was younger at Shaolin, learning Shaolin Kung Fu, we learned how to breathe. Sounds funny, right? But I can breathe. We breathe incorrectly, by the way. You breathe in, you push the air down into your diaphragm, you take a good lung full of air, and you breathe out from the mouth. Nice elongated breath. Maybe you want to engage your senses of smell. What can I smell? It's highly recommended to wear perfume. I keep looking at you because you're the most knowledgeable person in the room. So wear something nice, right? Smell it. Engage that sense. When you feel yourself getting distracted, think about what you can see. What can you see? The Torba, the dust of Karbala. Think about Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Yeah, right in front of you, putting your head on it. And by the way, sometimes people pay me money just to do this thing called grounding. And all I do is take their shoes off and go and walk on soil. Some of the easiest money I've ever made. We got the opportunity to put our head on soil every single day. So make the most of it, embrace it, okay? So open up your senses. You'll feel more connected. You'll feel more in the moment. Okay, we went off topic. So start off by setting your vision. Make your niyat. Think about the direction of travel that you want to take. You've got to put that postcode into your GPS and know where you want to get to. Then you've got to set a goal. How many of you set goals in your life? Maybe at work. It's normally a work thing, right? But you can set goals in your personal life, okay? Phenomenal framework called SMART model. Anyone heard of the SMART model? Yeah? The S is for specific. When you set a goal, you've got to be specific. Don't just say, I want to lose weight, right? You be a bit more specific with it. I want to lose 2 pounds, 5 pounds, a stone. Be specific with it. The M stands for measure. What's your measure? Is it because I want to fit into those jeans? Is it because I want to see it on the scales? Or is it because I want to grow my guns? Put the measure in place. Okay? A is achievable. How achievable is it in the time that you have, with the facilities that you have? Maybe you haven't got a gym membership. What can you do at home? So a lot of calisthenic stuff you can do, body weight stuff you can do to lose weight, right? In fact, best way to lose weight is actually to think about your food, what you put in. But there we go. I'm not here to talk about nutrition. But you can set your goal. Make it achievable for you, for yourself. Okay? The R stands for relevant. It has to be relevant. Relevant for what? Relevant for you. You align your goals towards your purpose, your vision, and your beliefs. So it has to be relevant. And when you make it aligned with the relevance, boom. And what does the T stand for? Anybody want to have a guess? Anybody know? Time. Well done. So I've given him a salawat. These young people are smashing it, actually. Let's give them a loud salawat ala Muhammad and wa ali Muhammad. Phenomenal. Time. Time-bound, okay? You've got to make your goal time-bound. When are you going to do it by? When are you going to get towards that goal? When are you going to lose that weight? When are you going to improve those relationships? When are you going to go for that new job? When are you going to make a change in your life? When? And that T is so important. So that's the best way of setting the goal around your vision. And then there's this wonderful word called action. Got to put into action, right? You want to be a great reciter like Rashid, you can't just not practice. Yeah? Action is the key ingredient. You've got to take those first steps towards it. How vitally important. Any of you make bread? Flour, water, thank you. I know my wife makes bread. Flour, water, a little bit of powdered milk. What else? Sugar, salt, something like that. Egg? Maybe egg. We're missing one ingredient. The one ingredient we're missing is the action ingredient, the yeast. You don't put the yeast in there, it's not going to rise. You don't put action into your goal, it's not going to rise. That's the active ingredient. You have to put action towards the place that you want to be. You have to put the steps in. You have to study harder. You have to work harder. That's the action. That's the steps that you have to do. No point in saying, I want to go to the gym, and you never go to the gym. By the way, it's the most profitable business because everyone's going to go and join the gym in about 2 months' time. Right? And then you go to that same gym on January the 2nd. You have to wait to go and use a machine. But go back 2 weeks later. Just 2 weeks. It's empty. Empty. Because we all set these things called New Year's resolutions that never work. That's why my busiest time is this time of year. Because we set actionable goals to make them achievable. Okay, inshallah. And this is really important. Something that we don't do, okay? Because we try to be modest, which is fine. But you have to celebrate your wins. Now, your wins don't have to be the big wins, right? When you break your goal down into small chunks, the same way we eat food, you get a plate of food, do you just pour it straight in your mouth and swallow? You take one bite at a time. Same way you approach your goals. One bite at a time. Okay? Small steps. And every time you smash a small step, every time you do something towards that change that you want, you celebrate it. And I'm not talking about the thousands of fireworks that I saw on the way here. I'm not talking about doing cartwheels and backflips. I'm not talking about going out and having a slap-up meal. Just simply by going, yes, I did it. Yes, I conquered. I did that. That's celebrating a win. What does that do? Psychologically, what it's doing to yourself is building motivation, sense of achievement. Because who did it? Anyone else? Somebody else did it? You're watching someone else do it? No. This is why you're watching so much social media, because you're looking at what other people are doing, not looking at what you're doing. You have no control over others. You only have control over yourself. Okay? So you're the one putting in the effort, so celebrate it. And this will bring motivation towards your life. This will give you that sense of purpose, and you're going to keep on going from that. Just that alone. This is the key. This is everything that I talk about around the world when I'm talking to big audiences, whether they're CEOs of companies or whether I'm going into orphanages and talking to people in Zanzibar, which I spent a few months in COVID. The key to it is accountability. Okay? By first and foremost holding yourself accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable. But you have many accountable partners around you. Okay? So you can tell your wife, your husband, you can tell your friends, your family members, hey, do you know what? I've set a goal. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get to this place, and I'm going to do it by this time. What I want you to do, as you are my close friend, is just check in with me to make sure my progress is there. And can you put something in your calendar just to say, on this date, did you do it? Did you get there? Having somebody that's checking up on you, making sure that you're doing it, making good progress, is the key to unlocking it, because you've got someone looking at you. And this is what we do. I've just shattered the whole life coaching industry, by the way. It's like all the clients are going to leave now. This is what we do. This is why people come to me, right? This is why I coach people. This is what we do. We set the goal. We look at areas of their life. They're facing challenges. They got obstacles. We turn them into opportunities. We set goals with them. We face them head on. We push them through, and I become their accountable partner. I become your accountable partner. And I check in with you to make sure you're making good progress. And then they come back. Where are you at? Where did you make the slips? What can you do better next time? When you've got somebody looking over your shoulder at where you are, you work a lot harder. You know? If you're studying, it's okay to be at home and study and read your book. But when you've got a study partner, it doesn't elevate it. When you join study groups, does it not make it that little bit better? When you go into a school, a specialist school, does that not make your specialist subject better? That's why you go to universities, right? Because you do specialist subjects. You surround yourself with people. Just want you to remember one thing. This is kind of off topic, and it's a line I've been using all the last 2 weeks because I'm doing these workshops for teenagers. Your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Now, there's a great saying, and it says, you are the 5 people you spend the most time with. The 5 people. Imagine you could spend time with the 5 Panjatan. MashaAllah. You become the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So who are you investing your time with? Your net worth equals your net worth. So the key to unlocking this is your accountable partners, the ones that can push you forward. Now, I'm wrapping up. I've given you the science behind it. I've got a nice treat for you guys, because I'm feeling in a good mood. I get to see Mustafa, man. I miss you, bro. On the 1st of January, I am launching my brand new coaching program. Brand spanking new, okay? I have many coaching programs, but this one is next level. This is 15 years of what I've been doing into a coaching program, which is accessible 24 hours a day. And you can do this over a 90-day period, but it's a lifetime access. Lifetime access. I spent, an hour with you guys, and I've given you a snippet. Can you imagine spending 90 days in my brain? It's not very nice, actually. This 90-day program includes so much, okay? So you've got an interactive workbook that you can work alongside, you can gain with exercises, tools, tips, and tricks to take your life to the next level. You've got online presentations, and then you're going to get bored with seeing my face because you've got 50-plus hours of content, of videos, of me talking you through it, hand-holding you through it, taking you through those steps. And then you get exclusive access to our community, the community of like-minded individuals that want to grow and want to develop, and they're on the same journey as you, the same pathway as you. Just to top it off, you have the initial call with me, a one-to-one road mapping call. We look at your problems. What areas in your life are you struggling with? And I will point you in the right direction, which part of the course that you need to focus on to overcome those challenges. And then just to top it off, because why not, we'll have weekly coaching sessions, group coaching sessions. So the whole group comes together with me or a member of my team or a leader in that particular industry, and we take you through a whole coaching session each week. It's life-changing stuff. And the reason we do these courses is because not everyone can afford one-to-one coaching. It's not cheap. I'll be honest with you. It's not cheap. If you want one-to-one coaching with me, you're looking at adult price, roughly between, the cheapest I could probably do about $150 an hour. And that's cheap in the industry, right? Maybe about 25 grand a year. So we do these online courses to make it affordable. We want to change more people's lives. Now, how much have we been selling courses for? About 8,000. Just over 8,000 pounds. But I want to help more people. I want to help people in our community, number one. So I brought the price down. I whacked off 5 grand. Right? I've whacked off 5 grand straight away. So I brought this course down to 3,000 pounds. Right? And you're thinking, well, wow, 3,000 is a lot of money. How much does it cost to get a university degree these days? Crazy money, right? Crazy. Imagine you could do a course with me and take your life to the next level just by spending 90 days, a year with me to get to that point where you want to be, just by investing something small. You break down 3,000 over a course of time. But it doesn't end there. Because I love Harakah, because I love these guys, man. Mustafa, we did Progeny podcast some time ago, right? How long did we do that? It was like 3-4 years ago. Man, crazy. I got a special offer for you. Okay, this is tonight. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, if you're in the audience, it's an exclusive offer. I'm giving you 50% off the £3,000, right? Making the price £1,500. That extra 50% off. We have the waiting list open right now, and it's filling up really fast. And I can't do better than that. It's £8,000 plus worth of content for £1,500. Okay? So if you are interested in signing up, if you're interested in joining our waiting list, to take your life to the next level, to really invest in you, the person that you want to be, taking things to the next level, to invest in someone that give you 15 years worth of experience, to take you and handhold you on a journey of change, of spirituality, of connection to self, connection to your Lord, then sign up today. The waiting list is there. All you got to do, if you want to, and you're tech savvy, you can scan that QR code if you want to. You can come and see me. We can add you to the waiting list now. My wife and daughter are over there. Give them a wave for the sisters. They've got access to the waiting list. They can add your name. Add your name on there. That's all you got to commit today. You got to put HK. So the people that are watching online, if you're scanning that QR code, you put HK in the message box, and that will tell us and my team that you're going to get that 50% discount. Those that are here, it's accessible to you tonight, inshallah. I can't do better than that. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for engaging. I hope, inshallah ta'ala, you have got something out of today's workshop. I have been your host, Neil Nasser, and it's been an absolute honor and a pleasure to serve you, inshallah. Can we end with a very loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad?